Hello everyone. Today we have to see the topic atoms, molecules, and nuclei. First, we have to check introduction. The structure of matter that shape and would the around the been subject the study since the long time. That is atoms, molecules, and nuclei. The first contribution of this regard come from the Dalton, whose postulated that matter is made of the atoms which are individually. The word atom comes from Greek words atoms, which means no cut. J.J. Thomson produced the structure of the atom, which modified the Rutherford and Niels Bohr. That is the main important part of the atoms, molecules, and nuclei. And the first scientist is Dalton. Second one is J.J. Thomson and Rutherford and Niels Bohr. They're the first we have to Dalton's atomic theory. What is meant by Dalton's atomic theory? The first, all elements are consist of very small individual particles called atoms. Now, what is meant by atoms? The all elements are consist of very small individual particles called atoms. Atom of the same element are exactly same, and atoms of different element are different. Then the same atom elements are same, and different elements are different. Then the this theory was introduced by Dalton's. Next one is Thomson atomic model. Every atom is uniformly positive charge sphere of radius of the order of 10 raised to minus 10 meter. Then the one consists of the atom circle. Then the this radius of this atom of the radius is 10 raised to minus 10 meter in the uniformly positive charge, in which entire mass is uniformly distributed and negative charge particles are embedded randomly. But negative particle is a randomly arrangement. The atom was as a whole is a neutral. This is all known as plum pudding model of an atom. म्हणजे डाल्टन आणि थॉम्सन या सायंटिस्टने सांगितलेलं आहे. नंतर त्यांची लिमिटेशन काय म्हणजे इट कुड नॉट बी एक्सप्लेन द ओरिजिन ऑफ स्पेक्ट्रल सिरीज ऑफ द हायड्रोजन अँड अदर atoms. The could not be explained large angle scattering of alpha particle. म्हणजे ते जे लिमिटेशन आहे थॉम्सनच्या ॲटॉमिक मॉडेलचे तर हे लार्ज स्कॅटरिंग त्याच्यामध्ये पॉसिबल नव्हतं. An alpha particle is helium nucleus containing 2 protons and 2 neutrons. Therefore, alpha particle has 4 units of a mass. This experiment was done by the Rutherford and the collaborated Geiger and Marsden is known in shown in figure. तर इथे कन्क्लुजन मध्ये दिलेलं आहे की number of scattered particle and इकडे scattering of angle. The typical graph of the total number of alpha particles is scattered by a different angle in given interval of time is shown in figure. The dots in this figure represent the data points. म्हणजे जे dots आहेत ते data points आहेत. Many of the alpha particles pass through the coil. It means that they do not suffer any collision. Only about 0.14% of incident alpha particles scattered by more than 1 degree, and about in 8,000 defects by more than 90 degree. Conclusion: Rutherford argued that defects of alpha particle backward it must be experienced in a large repulsive force. This force could be provided if it is the greater part of the mass of the atom and its positive charge were concentrated tightly at its center. This led Rutherford to postulate that the entire positive charge of an atom must be concentrated in tiny central core of the atom. This tiny central core of each atom is called as atomic nucleus. The Rutherford by introduced the nucleus. What is meant by nucleus? Nucleus is the central core part of the atom. That is a proton and neutron. The nucleus is present as proton and neutron. This is this conclusion of the Rutherford atomic model, the Rutherford atomic theory. Next one is distance closest approach. What is how many distance will be covered of the center? Distance of closest approach in minimum distance between alpha particle and the center of the nucleus must be further reflect back to by 180 degree. Like this is alpha particle and this is the center and this is the 180 reflection. When the distance between alpha particle and nucleus is equal to the distance of closest approach r0, that is a r0, then the alpha particles comes to rest at the point of the point or distance. The kinetic energy of alpha particle is completely converted into electrical potential energy of the system. That is a 1/2 mv square is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. Other 2 points, two charges, and the distance is r0. Then the one charge is electron, other charge is alpha particle. Then the Coulomb's laws equation are used in this equation. Then the kinetic energy is equal to which energy is applied in the 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. Z means atomic weight, E square and r0 square. Then the r0 square is equal to how many distance will be traveled. Then the 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 to Z square upon MV square. This equation is called as distance closest to approach. Obviously, the radius of the nucleus must be smaller than the above value. Then the value of this is very smaller. Then the impact parameter, what is meant by impact parameter? The trajectory traced by the alpha particles depends on the impact parameter, that is a V of a collision. The impact parameter is perpendicular to the initial of the distance of the initial velocity vector of the alpha particle from the central line of the nucleus. For large impact parameter, force experienced by the alpha particle is weak as a F varies inversely as a square of the distance, and alpha particle will deviate much smaller and vice versa. Ruther's force calculated, then the alpha impact parameter B is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Z E square cot theta upon 2 upon EH, like this. Then the Rutherford atomic model. Rutherford या सायंटिस्टने काय एक्सप्लेन केलेलं आहे त्यांच्या थेअरीमध्ये, अँड ॲटम इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ पॉझिटिव्हली चार्ज पार्टिकल. आतापर्यंत काय समजलेलं आहे, फक्त ॲटम वरती पॉझिटिव्हली चार्ज पार्टिकल असतो. मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द मास ऑफ द ॲटम वॉज कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड व्हेरी स्मॉल रिजन. म्हणजे काय मेजॉरिटी मास असणार आहे, तर तो काय असतो, व्हेरी स्मॉल रिजन असतो. दिस रिजन ऑफ ॲटम इज कॉल्ड ॲज न्यूक्लियस. तो जो पॉझिटिव्ह चार्जचा रिजन असतो तर त्याला काय म्हटलं जातं, nucleus म्हटलं जातं. It was found that very small and dense nucleus of an atom is composed of the neutrons and protons. तो जो काय सेंट्रलचा न्यूक्लियस असतो तो कशाने कंपोज झालेला असतो, दोन पार्टिकल. फर्स्ट वन इज न्यूट्रॉन्स and second one is proton. Atom nucleus is surrounded by negatively charged particle called electron. मग तो जो ॲटम आहे त्याच्या न्यूक्लियस जो काय सराउंडेड मध्ये जो काय निगेटिव्हली चार्ज पार्टिकल्स सराउंडेड असतो, त्या पार्टिकलला काय म्हटलं जातं, nucleus. These electrons revolve around the nucleus in a fixed circular path at very high speed. This fixed circular path were termed as orbit. मग त्याची काय फिक्स्ड पाथ असतो, तो जो काय पाथ तयार करतो इलेक्ट्रॉन, त्याला काय म्हटलं जातं, ऑर्बिट म्हटलं जातं. द ॲटम हॅज नो नेट चार्ज. Those atom any charge, no positive charge or no negative charge. The atom are electrically neutral. Those atom are called said to be electrically neutral because electrons are negatively charged and densely concentrated. Nucleus is positively charged. A strong electrostatic force of attraction holds together the nucleus and electrons. Then the atoms are central of the nucleus is positive charge, and the surrounded orbit of that atom, that is a nuclear electrons, and atom nucleus and electrons are opposite charge. Then those forces are electrostatic force. Those forces are electrostatic force. Then the nucleus and electrons are attraction fold together the nucleus and electrons. The size of the nucleus of atom is very small is comparison to the total size of the atom. म्हणजे काय त्या ॲटमची साईज असते, तर ती साईज जी आहे ती साईज काय असते, very small असते as compared to the total size of an atom. Then the electronic orbit. How to form an electronic orbit? The electrostatic force of attraction between the revolving electrons and nucleus provide the requisite centripetal force, that is a Fc, to keep the atom, to keep their orbit, thus for the dynamically stable orbit in a hydrogen atom. That is a central those Newton's second law, Fe is equal to Fc. Fe means the force of electron and Fc means the centripetal force. That is the uh, kinetic energy equation mv square upon r, and the centripetal force equation ze square upon 4 pi epsilon 0. That is a kinetic energy T is equal to 1/2 mv square is equal to ze square for 8 pi epsilon 0 r. Then the potential energy U is equal to, one is the kinetic energy, another one is second potential energy. Potential energy means the own energy of that atom or electrons or protons. That is own energy. म्हणजे त्याची स्वतःची एनर्जी काय असणार आहे त्या एनर्जीला काय म्हटलं जातं पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी. म्हणजे U इज इक्वल टू मायनस झेड स्क्वेअर अपॉन 4 पाय एप्सिलॉन 0 r. देन द टोटल एनर्जी कायनेटिक एनर्जी प्लस पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी म्हणजे T प्लस U मीन्स T each value आहे झेड स्क्वेअर 8 पाय एप्सिलॉन 0 r and U's value आहे मायनस झेड स्क्वेअर 4 पाय एप्सिलॉन 0 r. Then the simplification of this value, then this is the energy of single electron in orbit around the bare nucleus. म्हणजे ही जी काय व्हॅल्यू आहे ही व्हॅल्यू कोणाची आहे तर सिंगल इलेक्ट्रॉनची, एका इलेक्ट्रॉनची व्हॅल्यू आहे. फॉर मीन्स ॲटम झेड इज इक्वल टू 1. म्हणजे हायड्रोजनचा जो काही इलेक्ट्रॉन असतो तो किती 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन असतो. त्यासाठी झेडची व्हॅल्यू काय ठेवलेली आहे ठिकाणी 1 ठेवलेली आहे. म्हणजे काय ना E इज इक्वल टू इक्वेशन येणार E स्क्वेअर minus E square 8 pi epsilon 0 r. The total energy of electron is negative. This implies the fact that the electrons bound to the nucleus. म्हणजे ही एनर्जीची व्हॅल्यू निगेटिव्ह आल्यामुळे त्यामुळे आपण काय सांगतो इलेक्ट्रॉन जो आहे तो इलेक्ट्रॉन बाउंड असतो कोणावरती तर न्यूक्लियस वरती. दिस इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट पार्ट ऑफ द atomic theory. Next one is atomic spectra. When atomic gas or vapor is excited at low pressure, usually by the passing of electric current through it, the emitted radiation has a spectrum. Then the radiation will be spectrum light, which contains certain specific value wavelengths only. The spectrum is the kind of term of line emission spectrum, that it consists of the bright lines or dark background. When white light passes through the gas and we analyze the transmitted light using the spectrometer, we find the some dark lines in the spectrum. These dark lines corresponding precisely to those wavelengths which were found in the emission light spectrum of the gas. This is called as absorption spectrum of the material of the gas. Spectral lines of the hydrogen. The hydrogen is the simplest atom, therefore has the highest simplest spectrum in the observed spectrum. However, at first sight, there does not seem to be any resemblance of order or regularity in spectral lines. Each of these sets is called as the spectral lines. In 1885, the first such series was observed by the Swedish Johnson Jacob Balmer in 1885 to 1898 in the visible region of the hydrogen spectrum. This is called as Balmer series. That is a visible region is also called as Balmer series. The line of the with longest wavelength, that is 656.3 nanometer. These are red color. Red is called a H alpha. That is a, and the next line with wavelength 486 nanometer. In the blue green is called a H beta. The third line is 434.1 nanometer. Is the violet is called a hydrogen gamma, and so on. That is like this. म्हणजे this H infinity, H beta, H gamma, H alpha, H beta, H gamma, H alpha. That is a different wavelength. This is a spectral lines. Balmer found the simple empirical formula for the observed wavelength. नंतर बाल्मर या सायंटिस्टने काय केलेले एम्पिरिकल फॉर्म्युला तयार केलेले म्हणजे R is equal to 1 upon lambda is equal to R 1 upon 2 चा square upon 1 upon n चा square, where n is 2, 4, 5. Sorry, 3, 4, 5. R is constant called the Rydberg constant. That is R is equal to 1.097 into 10⁷ per meter. This is a Balmer series or spectral lines of a hydrogen. That is a number of series. That is a other series of the spectra for hydrogen were subsequently discovered by the there are known after the discover as a Lyman series, Paschen series, Brackett series, Pippin series. These are separated by the formula. That is this series are first one is Balmer series, that is a Lyman series, Paschen series, Brackett series, and Pippin series. These series are different formula. All of these formula are different because of the way then discovered by the new spectral line series or new series, Lyman series, Paschen series, Brackett series, or Pippin series. These formulae are in said in exam or crash CET. Like which of the following formula has a Lyman series or Balmer series. Then the most important part म्हणजे हे जे फॉर्म्युला आहे ते बऱ्याच वेळेस क्रॅश सीईटी मध्ये विचारले जाऊ शकतो. म्हणजे 1/λ हा फॉर्म्युला कशा आहे, कोणती सिरीज आहे. तर हे जे दिस 4 or 5 formula are most important. Then the first formula is Lyman series. 1/λ r is equal to 1 square minus 1/eta n square, where n is 3, 4, 5. Then the ultraviolet region. In Balmer series, formula is 1/λ r upon 1/2 square n2 square. Then the n is starting from 3, 4, 5. In Lyman, n is start from 2, 3, 4. In next one, Paschen series, 1/λ r 3 square, 3 square minus 1/n square. Then the n is start from 4, 5, 6. That is the infrared region. That is a Lyman series is a ultraviolet region. Then the bracket region, bracket series 1/λ is equal to r 1/4 square minus 1/eta square. That is n is equal to 5, 6, 7. That is an infrared region. Same. Then the Pippin series 1/λ r is equal to 1/5 square minus 1/eta square, where n is 6, 7, 8. That is a number of this atom. Number. Then the next number will be start for value of the n. Then the limitation of Rutherford atomic model cannot explain stability of atom. त्यांनी हे लिमिटेशन केलेलं नव्हतं, म्हणजे ऍटम जो आहे तो स्टेबल आहे ते सांगितलं नव्हतं. आणि कॅनॉट एक्सप्लेन लाईन स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ द ऍटम. तर फर्स्ट एक लिमिटेशन काय आहे, अकॉर्डिंग टू क्लासिकल इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक थेरी अँड एक्सेलरेटिंग चार्ज. Limitation of Rutherford atomic model cannot explain the stability of the atom. That according to classical electromagnetic theory, an accelerating charge particle emit the radiation in the atom in the form of electromagnetic waves. The energy of accelerating electron should be therefore continuously decreases. The electron will be spiral inward and eventually fall into the nucleus. Thus, the such atom is not stable. But and second limitation cannot be explained the line spectra of the atom. Further, according to classical electromagnetic theory, for the frequency of the electromagnetic waves emitted by the revolving electron is equal to the frequency and revolution. As the electrons spiral inwards, the angular velocity and hence their frequency will be changed continuously, and so the frequency of the light emitted emits the continuously spectrum. The contradiction of line actually observed. These two postulate or these two limitation of the Rutherford experiment. Then next one is Bohr's atomic model. Niels Bohr is 1885 to 1916 made the certain modification in this model by adding the ideas of newly developed quantum hypothesis. Then the first hypothesis, every atom consists of central core, that is a nucleus, which is the entire positive charge. Almost entire mass of the atom are concentrated. A suitable number of electrons revolve around the nucleus. Means Bohr's first postulate is consist of the suitable number of how many electrons will be revolved. Then the suitable number, then the circular orbit. The centripetal force of the revolution is proved by electrostatic force. तो जो centripetal force आहे तो काय प्रूव्ह करतोय, तर ते इलेक्ट्रॉन आणि न्यूक्लियस याच्यामध्ये काय होते, अट्रॅक्शन होते. काय अट्रॅक्शन होते, तर ते दोन्ही चार्ज कसे आहेत ते वेगवेगळे आहेत. इलेक्ट्रोस्टॅटिक फोर्स त्या ठिकाणी तयार होते. Electron revolves around the nucleus only those orbit which angular momentum in some integral multiple of h upon 2 pi, where h is Planck's constant. This angular momentum L is equal to, for orbiting electron, is quantizable. That is L is equal to nh upon 2 pi. And second, and then an electron might make a transition from one its specified and non-radiation orbit to another of lower energy. When it does not, a photon is emitted having the energy equal to the energy difference between initial and final state. The frequency of emitted photon is then given by equation E is equal to h mu, that is h mu is equal to initial energy and final energy, that is the equation h mu is equal to ei minus ef. Then the radius of the Bohr stationary orbit, that is r is equal to n square h square upon 4 pi m k z e square. This shows that r is directly proportional to the n square upon z. The remaining term only n and z are, n means the number of orbit and z means the number of atomic number. Z means the atomic number. That is the radius of the stationary orbits in the ratio of 1 square as to 2 square as to as this square and so on. Clearly, the stationary orbit not equally spaced. इथे जे काही ऑर्बिट असतात ते इक्वली स्पेस्ड नसतात. पुटिंग व्हॅल्यूज ऑफ ऑल कॉन्स्टंट वी गेट आर एन इज इक्वल टू 5.29 into 10 raised to minus 11 meter n square upon z. This is called Bohr radius. म्हणजे हे बोर या सायंटिस्टने रेडियसचा फॉर्म्युला काय कॅल्क्युलेट केला, म्हणजे रेडियस डिपेंड कशावर असते, नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन and atomic number. Then the velocity of electron in Bohr stationary orbit, त्यांची velocity किती असते बघा, phi is equal to 2 pi k z square upon nh. This shows that r is inversely proportional to 1 upon n. Then the orbital velocity of electron in outermost orbit is similar as compared to its value. Then the inner orbit, that is for hydrogen साठी असते z is equal to 1, that is phi is equal to 2.2 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter per second. This velocity for Bohr, this velocity discovered by the Bohr scientist. Then the frequency of the Bohr, that is it is the number of revolution completed per second by the electron in the stationary orbit around the nucleus, is given by phi is equal to kz e square upon nhr. Where first orbit of hydrogen phi is equal to 6.57 into 10 raised to 15 rps. And the next one is total energy of electron in Bohr stationary orbit E is equal to minus 2 pi square m k square is raised to 4 upon h square z square upon n square. Putting standard values of, then E is equal to minus 13.6 z square upon n square electron. For hydrogen, z is equal to 1. E is equal to minus 13.6 upon n square electron. For ground state, E is equal to minus 13.6 electron volt. Therefore, the minimum energy required to remove the electron from ground state to of the hydrogen atom is 13.6 electron volt. This is called as ionization energy of hydrogen atom. This energy is also called as ionization energy of the atom. Now, how many energy will be ionized for hydrogen atom? Then the how many energy will be applied? Then the 13.6 electron volt energy will be applied. Then the ionization of the hydrogen will be formed. And the spectral line series, according to third postulate of Bohr theory, when electron makes the transition from orbit of higher energy to lower energy. This is the most important postulate of the Bohr. It is energy orbit will be filled by higher energy level to lower energy level, means light of the photon is emitted. Okay? Electron jump to first orbit from any other orbit to 2, 3, 4. म्हणजे पहिल्या ऑर्बिट मग तिसऱ्या चौथ्या कोणत्या ऑर्बिट मध्ये तिथे जंप होत असतील इलेक्ट्रॉन. इज ऑब्टेन्ड बाय Lyman series, which is formula which is lies in the ultraviolet region. म्हणजे फर्स्ट ऑर्बिट मधून जंप होतो म्हणजे काय 1 चा स्क्वेअर आहे आणि कोणत्या ह्याच्यामध्ये जंप होणार 2, 3, 4. देन द फॉर्म्युला विल बी k square, that is the k ची व्हॅल्यू काय असणार 2, 3, 4. This is कोणा series आहे Lyman series आहे. Similarly, when electron jump to second orbit, that the n is equal to 2 from the any other orbit, that is 3, 4, 5. That is a Balmer series. म्हणजे फर्स्ट 1 पहिल्या ऑर्बिट मधून इलेक्ट्रॉन जंप होत असतील 2, 3, 4 नंबरच्या ऑर्बिट मध्ये, तर त्याला Lyman series म्हटलं जातं. दुसऱ्या ऑर्बिट मध्ये जर ऑर्बिट मधून जर जंप होत असतील तर त्या ऑर्बिटला तर त्या सिरीजला बाल्मर सिरीज म्हटलं जातं. त्याचा फॉर्म्युला आहे Phi is equal to R upon 2 square minus 1 upon square square where K is equal to 3, 4, 5. Next one is Paschen series. When electron jump up to third orbit to any other orbit, that is 4, 5, 6, that is a Paschen series. And last series is Pippin series. Then the Pippin series is said to be electron jump to fourth orbit to and fifth orbit from any other, that is 5, 6, 7 or 6, 7, 8, that is a bracket and Pippin theory. म्हणजे फोर्थ ऑर्बिट मधून जर इलेक्ट्रॉन 5, 6, 7 या ऑर्बिट मध्ये मूव्ह होत असेल तर त्याला ब्रॅकेट सिरीज म्हटलं जातं. अँड फिफ्थ ऑर्बिट मधून 6, 7, 8 या ऑर्बिट मध्ये जर इलेक्ट्रॉन जम्प होत असेल त्याला Pippin series म्हटलं जातं. Respectively, which is also like in the infrared region. That is a P is equal to R upon 4 square minus 1 upon K square, where K is equal to 5, 6, 7. And Phi is equal to R 1 upon 5 square minus K 1 upon K square, where K is equal to 6, 7, 7. म्हणजे first series is Lyman series, second one is Balmer series, third one is Paschen series, and fourth one is bracket series, and fifth one is Pippin series. This is a series 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is a atomic number which depends on the number of the orbit. Then the energy level diagram of this series, that is the diagram which is represent the total energy of electron in different stationary orbit, that is called the energy level diagram. And electron can have any total energy is equal to 0 electron. In such a case, the electron is free electron. That is a 5 to jump होणार electron, and that is a first one is Balmer series, Paschen series, bracket series, and either there is a Lyman series. Okay, म्हणजे Lyman series first series, then next Balmer series number 2, 3 number Paschen series, 4 number bracket, and 5th number Paschen series. Okay, this is the series of the energy level diagram. Then the excitation energy formula, the minimum energy to required excite the atom in the ground state to one of the higher energy state is called excitation energy. म्हणजे जी काही एनर्जी आहे तर ती एनर्जी एक्साइटेड स्टेट मधून ग्राउंड स्टेट मध्ये येते, त्या एनर्जीला हायर स्टेशनरी स्टेट मध्ये त्याला काय म्हटलं जातं, एक्साइटेशन एनर्जी. इन केस ऑफ हायड्रोजन, इन अ to lift the electron from ground state, that is E is equal to minus 13.6 electron volt, to first excited state is minus 3.6 electron volt energy, that is E is equal to 10.2 electron volt. And excitation potential, the minimum potential which provides the electron energy sufficient to jump from ground state to state of one of the higher state is called the excitation potential. That is equal to the excitation potential 10.2 electron volt upon electron, that is a 10.2 volt. And the ionization energy, the minimum energy required to ionize an electron is called ionization energy. And ionization potential, same like this, the minimum potential which will be provide the energy to just remove an electron from atom is ionization potential. Next one is de Broglie's Bohr postulate, that is it states that the angular momentum of electron orbiting around the nucleus is quantized L is equal to NH upon 2 pi, where N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Phi should be the angular momentum, how only those values that are integral multiples of H upon 2 pi. The French physicians Louis de Broglie explained the puzzles in 1923. 10 years after Bohr proposed his model. We know that when the string is plugged, a vast number of wavelengths are excited. However, only those wavelengths serve the which have models nodes of the end, and it means that the string standing waves are formed to the total distance traveled by the wave down string back, and one wavelength, two wavelengths, or any integral number of wavelengths for any moving in nth circular orbit of the radius Rn. The total distance in the circumference of the orbit is 2 pi Rn, that is equal to 2 pi Rn is equal to n lambda, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3. Now lambda is equal to h upon m if we n. We have 2 pi rn is equal to nh upon 2 1 upon m if we n. Here m p rn is equal to 2 nh 2 upon 2 pi. Here L is equal to nh upon 2 pi. Then the equation will be limitation of the Bohr's model. First limitation, the Bohr model is applicable to heterogeneous atoms. It cannot be extended even with more two electrons atom such as helium. Difficulty lies in the fact that each electron interacts not only the positively charged nucleus but also with all other electrons. म्हणजे हे जे बोर्स मॉडेल आहे तर हे कोणासाठी आहे फक्त हायड्रोजेनिक ऍटम्स म्हणजे ज्याच्यामध्ये हायड्रोजन ऍटम प्रेझेंट असते असे जे काही ऍटम्स आहेत त्यांच्यासाठी फक्त पॉसिबल आहे म्हणजे ज्याच्यामध्ये गिवन टू इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ऍटम्स such as हेलियम मध्ये दोन इलेक्ट्रॉन असे जर ऍटम प्रेझेंट असतील तर त्यासाठी हे पॉसिबल नाही पण the Bohr's model correctly predicts the frequencies of the light emitted by the hydrogen atom. The model is unable to explain the relative intensity of the frequency and their spectrum. म्हणजे फक्त बोर हा सायंटिस्टने जे काय मॉडेल तयार केलेलं आहे तर ते फक्त हायड्रोजेनिक ऍटम साठी लागू होत आहे परंतु जे काय अदर ऍटम्स आहेत त्यांच्यासाठी त्यांची फ्रिक्वेन्सी किंवा इंटेन्सिटीचा स्पेक्ट्रम होता तो त्यामध्ये भेटत नाही. आता नेक्स्ट theory was रेडिओ ऍक्टिव्हिटी. There are the types of the radiation, then the alpha radiation, beta rays, gamma rays. There are different types of the radiation. That is the first one is alpha particle. Alpha means nuclei of the helium atoms, two protons and nucleons. Beta means create within the nucleus. Gamma rays means high energy proton packets of the energy. First one is alpha decay. The loss of the two neutron and two proton, the helium nucleus changes the atom. Means the radium is a given atom. Radium. Then the what is the alpha decay? Alpha decay means the neutron decreased by 2 number and proton decreased by 2 number. That is a atomic number is decreased by 2 and atomic mass number is decreased by 4. That is a helium atom will be decay. This the radium 2026 atom decays into radon, that is a 226, and the helium nucleus and to form the helium. This is a alpha decay like this. Am 241 will decay to alpha particle, then the 2 np 237, that is a 2 proton and 2 electron will be removed of this particle. Then this is a alpha decay like this. That is the transition to the changing the one element into another. That is a parent nucleus and that is a daughter nucleus. What is meant by radium is a parent and radium is daughter. That is the to remove the alpha particle in this radon. Then the to form the Rn, that is a 86 into 222, and then that is a daughter nucleus and that is a parent nucleus. That is said to be daughter nucleus and parent nucleus. Occurs because the strong nuclear force is unable to hold every large nucleus together. The electrical repulsion between protons and nucleus pushes the part and can act over the larger distance than the strong nuclear force. Since the stronger nuclear force can only act on the particles directly beside each other, the electrical repulsion overpowers the string nuclear force and pushes the nucleus apart. That is the alpha decay. As an example of alpha decay is a smoke detector. Here example of thing relating of alpha decay when we have too much time in your hands. Then next one is beta decay. Beta decay means the beta decay occurs the emission of electron or that is a beta particle. That is the only atomic number will be changed. No atomic mass number will be changed. No nucleus are lost. The total number of nucleus are same in the daughter nucleus. जे काही न्यूक्लियस मध्ये असणार आहेत प्रोटॉन आणि इलेक्ट्रॉन तर त्यांची संख्या काही चेंज होत नाही. सॉरी प्रोटॉन आणि न्यूट्रॉन त्यांची संख्या काही चेंज होत नाही परंतु काय होतं न्यूक्लियॉन्स आर द सेम इन द डॉटर न्यूक्लियस. म्हणजे जो काही डॉटर न्यूक्लियस तयार होतोय तर त्याचे सुद्धा न्यूक्लियस आणि ओरिजिनल का ह्याचा न्यूक्लियस तर जसं न्यूक्लियस काय असतोय सेम असतो in the parent nucleus. With the loss of electron, the nucleus must have an extra positive charge. So in the case of number of protons is a 7, which is a nitrogen. म्हणजे कार्बन आहे, कार्बन मधून एक इलेक्ट्रॉन लॉस झालेला आहे, तर काय होतं 7 एक इलेक्ट्रॉन कमी झालेला पॉझिटिव्ह एक्स्ट्रा पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज. सो इन द केस ऑफ नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स इज 7. देन एक एक्स्ट्रा पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज म्हणजे प्रोटॉनची संख्या त्या ठिकाणी वाढलेली आहे, आणि ती जी वाढलेली प्रोटॉनची संख्या तो म्हणजे काय असतोय तर नायट्रोजन, दॅट इज अ बीटा डिके. These electrons emitted in beta decay is not an orbital electron. The electron is created in the nucleus itself. One of the neutrons changes to the proton in the nucleus itself. One of the neutron changes to proton and the process to convert the charge of an electron. This particle referred to as a beta particle, so as not confuse them with the orbital electrons. Beta decay and neutrino. Through the experimental scientists found that the sum of the fundamental principle of the physics did not be true. Law of conservation of energy and law of conservation of momentum, both linear and angular. In 1930, Pauli proposed that there was a new particle that has very difficult to detect was emitted the beta decay as well as an electron. The new particle was named by neutrino, little neutral one, that is a Enrico Fermi in 1934. म्हणजे बीटा डिके मध्ये काय एक प्रकारचा न्यू पार्टिकल जो काय बाहेर पडतो तर त्या न्यू पार्टिकलला काय म्हटलं जातं न्यूट्रिनो. In 1956, complex experiment produced the further evidence of the neutrino. In 1956 त्यामध्ये एक्सपेरिमेंट केला, त्यामध्ये एव्हिडन्स एक सापडले न्यूट्रिनो, but then physicists had already accepted this existence. The symbol of neutron is Greek letter mu, that is like this denoted by. So this equation from the earlier becomes 6C14 to 7N14, that is the loss of the electron, and neutrino particle will be formed. What is my negratron decay? That is the bar over the neutrino means the inner anti-neutrino. Then the bar is indicate the anti-neutrino. We will discuss the more in the later chapter. These types of decay is also called as beta negative or neutrino decay. Means beta means the loss of the negative particle, most important part. Negratron decay occurs when the isotopes lies above the stable isotope line. There are too many neutrons compared to the number of the protons. And positron decay occurs when there are too few neutrons compared to the number of protons. These isotopes lie below the stable isotope line. These types of beta decay, the particle that is emitted is called a positron. It has the same mass of the electron, but the mass of the charge, has a charge of 1 plus, also written as E plus or beta plus. This positron is called as antiparticle of the to the electron. That is a positron decay. The E plus represent the positron and the mu represent the neutrino. Note the without bar over it. And antineutrino is emitted the with an beta minus. The anti-electron is emitted with the neutrino, that is a beta plus. Okay. Then the next one is electron capture. The electron capture consists of nucleus. Observe one of the orbiting electrons. Usually, this is one of the innermost electrons. The electrons disappears and the proton becomes a neutrino in the process. A neutrino is emitted in an electron, capture the decay. This process has been detected by emission of X-ray and the releasing energy of that energy. That is a example. Beryllium 4 beryllium 7, that is a plus electron, that is a lithium 3 lithium 7, that is a neutrino to form the positive neutrino, not a bar, that is an anti-neutrino. Then last one decay is gamma decay. Gamma decay means the Gamma rays are proton having very high energy. This decay nucleus by the emission of gamma ray, which like the emission of photons by excited electron. What is meant by gamma decay? That is a one form of photon. Gamma is like this emission of photon emission. The gamma rays come from excited nucleus. This trying to get back to its ground state, and the nucleus could be in excited state either for the collision with another particle or because it is a nucleus left over from the previous radioactive decay. This is a most important particle. In the electromagnetic spectrum, gamma decay, what is meant by gamma decay? The nucleus may be remain in excited state for the same time. Before it emits a gamma ray, the nucleus in the form said to be metastable state is called a isomer. Then the no change. That is the stability only change. Gamma decay means no electron change, no proton change, only change in the stability. Then the nucleus will be remains that like this 6 12 carbon. There is a nucleus will be same as like a decay of the gamma, that is a 6 12. Then no change, but change will be in the metastable state. It's called the isomers. Like this same atomic number and same atomic mass number, that is also called as isomer. The nucleus can return to its ground state by the process called internal conversion. There is no gamma ray is emitted. The nucleus interacts with an electron and lost its energy in the way the electron that lost their energy in X-ray come from the atom electron interaction, while gamma rays come from the nuclear process. Next one, gamma decay is like this. And conversion of nuclear number. The following laws hold true: law of conservation of energy, law of conservation of linear momentum, law of conservation of angular momentum, conservation of electric charge, and law of conservation of nucleon number. The total number of nucleons stay in the same any decay, but the different types can be changed, protons into neutrons and vice versa. That is a half-life time. That is the rate of the decay. That is a radioactivity is a random event. We do not know which atom will be decay at what time, but can use the probability of the statistic to tell us how many of the atoms will be decay in this certain time period. The equation used to determine how much will be decay in that time period is delta n is equal to minus lambda n into delta t. Half-life of the rate of the decay, that is the number of the decay that occurs in that time period. N means number of radioactive nuclei present. T means time period in second. Lambda means the decay constant is different for different isotopes. The greater the decay constant, the more radioactive is isotopes. Radioactive decay law. First decay law is the previous equation can be rearranged to find the number of atoms in left after a specified amount of time to decay. That is equation n is equal to n0 e raised to minus lambda t. The number of decay per second is called the activity of that sample. And to signify how fast an isotope decay, the term of half-life is used. The half-life of an isotope in the time it takes the half of the original sample of the decay. That is, the half-life leaves the known radioactive isotope very far, about 10 raised to minus 12 second to 10 raised to 20 second, about 21 years, 10 raised to 21 years. Most table and chart half-life T as T1/2. The half-life and decay constant have the inverse relation to one another. The longer the half-life, the lower the decay constant, the more slowly it decays. The precise relation is T1/2 is equal to 0.693 upon lambda. And next one is most important MCQ of the chapter. Then the first MCQ is when beta particle is emitted from the nucleus, then the neutrino proton ratio is in answer is B. That is a why answer is B. In beta decay, neutron converted to proton with emission of electron and neutron. That is a decreases, then the ratio will be that times ratio will be decreases. Next one is relation between half lifetime. The radioactive sample, its mean life x is. Here t is equal to 0.693 t. It is a since t tau is equal to म्हणजे t साठी काय इक्वेशन लॅम्बडा साठी काय 1 upon lambda is equal to इक्वेशन येणार t1 half is equal to 0.693 lambda, it's option B will be correct. Next one, the quantity of which is not converted into nuclear reaction. Let's see option. Mass is not converted into nuclear reaction. Energy equivalent to mass detect relays. That's why their mass will be not converted. The half life of the radioactive nucleus is 3 hours. In 9 hours, its activity will be reduced to factor of. Explanation दिलेला आहे तर a upon a0 1 upon ut raised to ut किती दिलेला 9 upon 3 hours, then the initial time and final time. In the equation will be solve it, that is a is equal to 1/2 upon 9 upon 3, that is equation will be a0 raised to a0 upon 8, that is a D option will be correct answer. Next one is radioactive nucleus emit the beta particle. The parent and daughter nucleus are called dash dash. That is the D option. Isobar will be called. Isobar have the same atomic mass but different atomic number. Isobars means same atomic mass but different atomic number. Next one is in the disintegration in series. That is a 92U 938. That is the emission of alpha particle, that is a 88 into 2348. And next minus beta particle means and how many the what is the Z and A value. म्हणजे काय फर्स्ट अल्फा पार्टिकल इमिशन झालेला आहे म्हणजे अल्फा झाल्यानंतर काय येणार 88 सॉरी 90234 येणार. ओके आणि त्यानंतर काय इमिशन झालेलं आहे बीटा पार्टिकल. मग बीटा पार्टिकल रिमूव्ह झाल्यानंतर काय येणार आता ऍटॉमिक वेट जायचं तो ऍटॉमिक वेट काय होईल एकने कमी ऍटॉमिक नंबर एकने कमी होईल आणि ऍटॉमिक मास नंबर रिमेन्स सेम म्हणजे 91234. that is option D will be correct. Next one, in this nuclear reaction what is the does not X stand for म्हणजे neutrino anti neutrino what X what आता emission of the in this reaction that is 6C11 that is a boron plus that is a neutrino will be formed, that is by conservation of mass A is equal to 0 and conservation of charge Z is equal to 0, hence X is a neutrino. X means a neutrino particle will be formed. The mass number of iron nucleus is 56 and nuclear density is dash dash, then the option will be B, that is a 2.29 into 10^11 kg meter per cube. Next one is the electron consists of that is a B option is correct. De Broglie wavelength associated with electron in beta decay in much greater than the size of the nucleus. Next one, the nuclei having the same number of neutrino but different number of proton and atomic number are also called isotones. Which of the following has the identical property of isotopes? That is B, chemical properties. The number of proton is an atom in atomic number Z and mass number A is equal to Z. When the number of nucleus in the nucleus increases, the binding energy per nucleus, it is the answer is average binding energy nucleus increases first, then the decreases at clear the from the binding energy curve. Next one is the mass of atom nucleus is less than the sum of masses of its constituents. This mass defect is converted into the electric energy which is binds the nucleons together. The curve of binding energy per nuclei as the function of atomic mass number has a sharp peak for helium nucleus. This implies that helium, that is the B point, is a very stable. Nuclear forces are spin dependent and have no non-central part. That is, the option is spin dependent, have a non-central part. Next one is nuclear force exists between. Nuclear force जो असतो कसा असतो, न्यूट्रॉन प्रोटॉन 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 and electron. D option. All of these न्यूट्रॉन असतो, प्रोटॉन प्रोटॉन असतो आणि न्यूट्रॉन प्रोटॉन सुद्धा असतो. The antiparticle of the electron is a antiparticle of electron, that is a positron. इलेक्ट्रॉनच्या अँटी म्हणजे त्याच्या उलट, तर काय असणार आहे, पॉझिट्रॉन पार्टिकल. नेक्स्ट वन, the half life period and mean life period of radioactive elements are denoted by respectively by Th and Tm. Then the relation between then the Th is greater than Tm. In gamma ray emission from the nucleus, then the option will be C. There is no change in the proton number and neutron number. Only stability will be change of this gamma ray emission. And now last one is radioactive samples are stored in the lead boxes because it's a C, that is a good absorber. Okay, thank you.